This build is absolutely dominating the endgame in Path of Exile 2. Holy,
He just got destroyed.
we're one or two shotting rare mobs and killing bosses with ease. If you like a more involved build, this is the build for you. You'll be teleporting around, freezing groups of enemies, and dropping hammer nukes like it's nobody's business. If you like this type of content, don't forget to like, comment, and follow. I'm also live on Twitch right now at twitch.tv/streamhard. Now let me break down the build for you. This build leverages the Chronomancer's cooldown abilities in order to be able to use Hammer of the God all the time. And Hammer of the Gods does insane damage with a really long cooldown. But not only do we have a chance to not use our cooldown, but we have an ability called Time Snap, which allows us to reset our cooldowns. And we have a support gem called Second Wind that allows us to use this twice. So between the 33% chance, our ability to reset cooldowns, and reduced cooldown of Time Snap using Ingenuity, and cooldown nodes on our passive tree, we're able to use Hammer of the Gods anytime we want. Now my first version of this build had Hammer of the Gods as the main focus, and it still is, but I've finessed the build to a spot where I like it a lot more. We're using Leap Slam to jump onto enemies and trigger Primed for Stun, which allows us to use Bone Shatter to kill the enemies. Our Bone Shatter setup lets us do a ton of damage. But if you jump in too deep and you need a quick out, we've got Temporal Rift, which will allow us to teleport away from where we were and back to where we were before. Not only that, it heals us and recovers our mana. Use this with caution though, because it can put you to a spot where you had less health and less mana if you use it at the wrong time. But this has an extremely short cooldown, so we can use this like a free flask anytime we need it. If we do happen to run out of our cooldowns, we can use our Mace Strike to deal a bunch of damage and stun enemies. Typically, I'll use this for bosses or straggler mobs when there's only one left. I don't have it yet, but Time Freeze is going to be another big part of this build. This allows you to freeze enemies in a big area around you. This will also give us the opportunity to drop our hammer, knowing that the enemy is not going to move during that window.